Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything.
Hey, hello, and good morning, everyone from France. I'm in a town called Orleans. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but this place is 40 to 50 miles south of Paris. I'm right now at the campus at the university, just going for a quick morning walk. It's peaceful and nice around here. I'm actually on my way to Germany. I have to be in Frankfurt later today because I have to pick up Rachel. That's where our fall trip is gonna really begin. Even though I've been on the road for a few days already, I will be telling you everything about this trip later in this video. I'll be talking about the camera gear, my camera gear of choice for this trip as well. I'm trying a few new things, a more radical approach this time. But first of all, let me do some self-promotion. You might know that I have a series of prints called the Image of the Month that I sell on my website. The current one is called Saguaro. I made that image in Saguaro National Park back in Arizona a few months ago, and it's the image of the month of October. And that means that it's at a reduced price, half the price for this month. If everything goes well, this video is gonna go live on October 30th, and that means that there are only 2 days left to get that print at that price. After that, it will go to full price and it will never be this low again. Of course, a new print will be released on November 1st, so if you're watching this video on November 1st or later, please go to my website to check the current image of the month. I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below. As I said, I'm going to Frankfurt today. I have a long way to get there, a long day ahead of me, so I better go now.
Coffees are really small. They are very good, but they are really small. I'll just finish this in 2 sips.
Keep left.
This is not going to be cheap. €52. Made it to Germany. I'm, I think, half an hour away from the airport. Rachel is getting there in 40 minutes or so, so I don't have much time here. but I'm just taking a break because it's been a long day. So yeah, the fall trip that is beginning today. Rachel has been in Mexico for a week. She was there with her company. She was there for a retreat. They work remotely, so they get together twice a year. And she decided, or we decided, that it would be better for her if she just skipped all this drive to here to Germany and just flew directly here to Frankfurt. So that's what I've been doing these past few days. I drove all the way from northwest Spain. It was a total of 21 hours on the road. I stopped by the Basque country for a couple nights in Sumaya, Dragonstone. There is a video coming about that place. Is beautiful. Is the next video. But yeah, so I'm picking her up today, and she's gonna have a whole week off that we are gonna spend here in Germany. We're gonna go along the Rhine, the river. Then we're gonna go down to the Black Forest and to the border with Switzerland, near a lake around there. I don't remember the name, but all the places look beautiful. We don't have clear plans. It's just driving around, walking around, tasting a lot of food, taking photos, and just enjoying ourselves here. After that, we are going to be heading to Austria. We're going to be 3 weeks in Innsbruck, in the Innsbruck area, 2 weeks in the city, and 1 week just out of the city, some 20 miles away. Austria, well, that part of Austria at least, is supposed to be full of mountains and hiking trails and everything, so it should be really beautiful, and I should have a lot of fun over there. I intend to hike a lot. It also happens to be very close to the border with Italy and the Italian Alps there, and the Dolomites. The Dolomites is a place that I've been wanting to go for so long, years and years and years, and hopefully I can make that happen on this trip. I think it's a couple hours from Innsbruck. It might be a little bit farther. If that's the case, I might have to stay there for the night. But yeah, I really want to go to the Italian Alps there. And talking about Italy, that's gonna be our next destination after Austria. We're gonna be there for a couple of weeks. One just very close to Milano, northwest of Milano, in the northwestern Italian Alps, and then we're gonna go down to Genoa and stay in a little town out of Genoa on the coast. So we'll have a little bit of everything, mostly mountains, but we'll get some coast as well. And then from Genoa, we'll just be heading back to Spain. It's going to be a total of a month and a half on the road. As I said, Rachel is coming and arriving in a little bit, and it's been a long trip for her too. She flew from Mexico to Madrid. That's a 10-hour flight, and now she's flying from Madrid to here to Frankfurt, Mainz. And I think that's another 2 or 3 hours. So she's going to be very tired, and she's going to be suffering jet lag probably. She's going to want to go to the hotel as soon as possible, and the hotel is an hour drive, more drive. So yeah, let's do that now. They're so red.
It's really bad.
Oh my god. Danke, danke, danke.
All right, so we are finally settled here in Germany. I'm gonna talk really quick about the last thing that I wanted to mention in this video is the camera gear that I'm bringing. This should be pretty fast because this is the camera that I'm using to take the photos, the only camera I'm gonna use to take photos on this trip. I think I've talked and mentioned this camera before in this channel, but I've never showed it before. This is the Sony RX100 Mark II. This is a rather old camera. I bought it back in 2013 or 2014. I bought it used at that time, and it's been through a lot. It's been to a lot of places with me, first for photography and then for videos. My early videos were made with this camera, and it's a little bit beaten up everywhere. I've dropped this camera more times than I can count. The autofocus continuous doesn't work. It makes a lot of noise when it's trying to focus. The screen is a little bit rough too, and the focusing ring barely moves. I think that it still takes beautiful images. It has a very bright lens and 1.8. The range of this lens is very useful. It goes from 28 to 100 millimeters, so it allows me to get those wide shots and the telephoto shots. In fact, this is the camera that I was using for almost a whole month. All the images that you saw in the previous video, O2 Bro, were made with this camera. All of them not exactly true, most of them, because some of them were made with the other camera that I have here with me. I have another camera to record the videos, of course, and it's the other RX100 that I have, the Mark 5A, that is much better for videos. It's not as good for photography in my opinion, because the range goes from 24 to 70, so I'm more limited in on the long side of things, but still it records beautiful videos and it takes beautiful photos as well. So yeah, I decided to leave my A6000 and A6500 behind, also the Bronica. I wanted to go compact, and I wanted to go small and see and check and try for myself what it could be like to just go with really small cameras on a trip like this. I'll be sharing my experience of going compact with you in the next few weeks, and maybe make just one video about it specifically, but I can tell you that so far there are some good things. As I said, the image quality that this camera can produce is very nice, and I find the range of the focal length very useful. For video though, it's the story has been a little bit different so far. It's been a little bit more frustrating because the Mark 5A doesn't have a microphone input, and I'm trying to play more with silent videos, and it's pretty hard. When I talk to the camera, I can always use a lavalier mic or something like that. It's not a problem, but when I want to capture those ambient sounds of the forest or the mountains or something like that, it's a little bit more, it's harder and more frustrating. I wish it had a microphone input. That would make it almost the perfect camera for me. Another thing I've noticed using these cameras is of course the size and the weight. I can definitely tell the difference. There is a big difference. I went on a couple hikes. They weren't very hard hikes, but it was very nice to be able to go on that hike carrying two cameras for video and for photo, carrying so little weight, because the weight of these two cameras combined is less than one of my lenses for the other camera. So that's amazing. But there are many other advantages and disadvantages that I will be sharing with you in the next few videos. I just wanted to give you a quick update, even though it hasn't been that quick. Just expect videos coming from this trip and images pretty soon. For now, thank you so much once again for watching and for being there. See you in the next one.